Scotland's Katie Archibald faces an interesting dilemma in the run into next year's World Championships after being Great Britain's standout star of the Manchester World Cup, adding gold medals in the Madison and team pursuit to her silver of Friday night in the Omnium, where she is the reigning world champion. With the Madison now an Olympic event, and the Omnium format changed to make it more attractive for endurance riders, as well as for the crowds, the issue for Archibald will be whether to go for all three events in Apeldoorn, Holland at the end of February. The definite ambition is anything that is an Olympic medal, so we want to be good at team pursuit, Madison and Omnium, said the 23-year-old for Milngavie. I always assume that you aim for the best even for all three, but I understand that there may be a compromise at some point in one of them. On Sunday, Archibald with her fellow Olympic champion Eleanor Barker and newcomers Amy Nelson and Neah Evans. The 27-year-old is also a Scot, a former hill runner who has only joined Great Britain this season, gave Great Britain their third gold medal of the weekend, dominating the Italian quartet in a rapid 4 minutes 16.803, their fastest time since Rio. The winning margin of almost 5 seconds was impressive, so too the fact that the lineup had been reshuffled for the morning's second round, with Manon Lloyd and Emily Kay replacing Archibald and Barker, who had every right to require a rest after their gold medal in the Madison the previous evening. Myself and Eleanor had never ridden with any AH before, it was an unknown. There's a lot more to come. The big contrast between this Olympic cycle and the last has been the technical skill of the young riders. We've got this really wide bank of really skilled riders. Neah is probably the exception to that in terms of proving her speed in bunch races and putting it into the speciality of team pursuit. That strength in depth should stand Great Britain in good stead in the run into next spring's World Championships in Holland, when a better idea of the hierarchy postria will emerge, with the other English-speaking nations, Australia, Canada and the US, likely to provide much stiffer competition. But the conundrum Archibald may face is definitely a healthy one. The men's endurance side continues to blossom, with Saturday night's 3 minutes 55 ride by Ed Clancy, Stephen Burke, Oliver Wood and Cian Amadi more than promising, and the emergence of national champions Team KGF clearly shaking the tree, something welcomed by the Great Britain performance director, Stephen Park, for one. No contender is obvious as Archibald has emerged for the Madison and Omnium, and it remains to be seen whether stars of the road such as Mark Cavendish put their hats in the ring as Tokyo approaches. In Sunday's closing Madison, Mark Stewart and Chris Latham rode bravely but were ultimately outgunned in 6th place. In other events, Callum Skinner was not far off breaking the magic 1-minute barrier for the kilometre time trial en route to a bronze medal that looks promising with the Commonwealth Games on the horizon. He was, however, unable to get close to the standout sprinter of this autumn, the Australian Michael Glatzer, who became the first man to break the minute at sea level for the 4 laps, and who could well emerge as a star in the Gold Coast in April. With Jason Kenny still to return in the new year, and Jack Carlin, Ryan Owens, and Joe Truman showing promising form here, there are clearly reserves among Britain's male sprinters, although the women's sprint events, where Great Britain did manage a medal over the weekend, look set to prove more of a headache.